Hi, so this video is a bit of a special one in this series about free plugins called Plugins You Can't Afford to Miss, because this is not actually a plugin and it may only be free for a limited time. I'm talking about Output's co-producer, which allows you to generate free sample packs based on an AI prompt. So let's go. Yeah, so I don't know what your experience is with AI-generated music, but the websites I've tried to fully generate an AI-based music production based on an entered prompt, well, the results are not great. But if you found some that do produce great results, let me know in the comments. Still, if you consider these websites as a bit of a tool, where you can further develop and work on an initial idea provided by one of these AI tools, sure, why not? It's just one way to get that creative spark going, right? Anyway, this tool is a bit different from the ones that I've looked at so far, because it's made by Output, who already provide a vast sample and loops library, and this tool sources its raw material from that sample and loop library. The second way in which I find this to be different is the fact that they provide you with the separate stems of the generated music. So you don't just get an often very diffuse stereo file in which the separate parts of the music are not really clear to hear, but they also provide you with the separate stems of the generated loop, so that you can easily work on them in separation or maybe even completely replace them by something similar. And the third way in which this is different is the fact that it not just generates one stereo file, one loop for you, but it actually generates a full sample pack for you with similar loops and samples that you can use in your efforts to make this into a full music production. So let's have a look at their website. It's called Co-Producer and currently it's in beta, meaning that they're still testing and it's not fully developed yet. And they call it Output Co-Producer, AI built for music makers. Co-Producer is a new set of AI capabilities we're building to help music makers unlock more time creating and less time searching, beginning with Pack Generator. So they are developing more tools and Pack Generator is the first one in this series. Now there's a video of the founder of Output, which you can have a look at yourself. And the first co-producer feature is the Pack Generator, and that allows you to create a free sample pack by simply describing it. And at the moment, it's free and no credit card is needed. And this is how it works. You describe anything you want in an AI prompt. You get 4 options provided to you and you can listen to the previews of that. And you can then download the packs that you like and use those samples and drag them into your DAW to work on a production. And they have some frequently asked questions that give you more of an idea of what's happening behind the scenes. Especially this one gives some insight because Co-Producer AI curates, combines and often resynthesizes samples from our meticulously crafted royalty-free library to generate entirely unique sample packs. The model only uses our library of sounds. So it sounds like it's an intelligent search engine for the arcade samples and loops, that it collects them together in a unique sample pack based on your prompt, and that it even changes some of the samples also based on your prompt. And can you freely use this? Yes, all sample packs are royalty free. So what's not to like? Let's have a look how it works. And for that you need to be logged into your Output account, which is free to create by the way, and you can then push Start Creating over here. So it works similar like a lot of the other AI tools that we've seen. You basically just enter a prompt and based on that prompt it will generate a couple of sample packs. Now they provide some examples of prompts, but they also allow you to try a random prompt. Heavy synths and ambient guitars with a cyberpunk vibe, 100 BPM C minor. Let's see what that gives actually. And we now have 4 sample packs. So let's have a listen. Well, that one does not have a very clear 100 BPM beat at all. Let's try the second one. It does have those ambient guitars, but I don't like that one either. Pack 4. Yeah, I don't like that one either. This all sounds quite messy to me. Maybe the ambient prompt is something that we should change. Let's try this one. Funky guitar, C minor, 120 BPM. Let's listen to what it came up with here. Okay, that could be a usable pattern. I like that one better actually. A bit messy. Okay, so I like pack 2 the best. I'm not actually sure what these thumbs up and down do. Maybe they use it to teach their AI what's nice and what's not nice. Let's already download this sample pack, and it's now assembling and rendering the sample pack. And as you can see on top here, it's now downloading the sample pack. So while that's downloading, I want to make a few changes to this prompt, because right now it's only guitar, right? But I also want drums and bass and some keys maybe. Still in C minor, 120 BPM. Let's see what this brings. Let's listen to these. Okay, it has added some extra instruments to the generated pack now. Well, okay, that could be an option to develop further. This one as well, actually. Okay, I don't like that one, and the first one is also not my favorite. Let's download pack 3 and then check out what's in there by importing these samples into Cubase. So as you can see, it has downloaded a zip file to my hard drive here. Funky guitar based with drums number 3 sample pack. And that zip file contains 2 folders. One is for track stems. So mix, I assume this is the full mix that we just heard in the example. Let's import it into Cubase. See what it sounds like. Yeah, I think that's the loop all right. Is it the right tempo? Yeah, it aligns with Cubase's click track. Is it also in C minor? Let's see what Cubase thinks about that. If we just drag this into a chord track. Yeah, Cubase thinks it's in C minor, so all of that is as I specified to the AI to generate. Now let's have a listen to the separate stems. I'll shortly listen to that. So I think this is one of the unique features of this AI tool, is that it provides the separate stems so that you more clearly hear that there are actually separate parts in here. I do still hear some artifacts on these parts, so it's probably not the direct samples from Arcade, but they have been resynthesized or changed in some way, probably causing these artifacts. Let's have a look at the rest of the sample pack, because if I go up, you also see a sample pack directory here. For example, for drums, we get 6 different grooves. Let's see what they sound like in Cubase. Yeah, so basically with the same groove, with some small changes about which drums are playing or which snare is used, etc. Let's see what differences we have in the bass part. Let's quickly put all of these in a folder track so that we don't get too much of a mess. Yeah, so very percussive bass parts, more electronically inspired than by a bass guitar, I think. But let's see what else they gave us. Keys. Okay, that does sound quite nice actually. Daisy Disco. Yeah, that does sound more human played, bit of a road sound. Parts are quite different as well, so I like this best. Let's see what the guitar brings. And let's have a listen. Yeah, so quite different parts. That last one even doesn't sound like a guitar, it may just be a synth, but it could spark some ideas for a full production. Now, if you like this video or find it useful at all, even if it made up your mind that AI generated music is not for you, please give this video a big thumbs up on YouTube so that it gets spread to more people. Subscribe to the channel, and if you ring the little bell icon, you get notified when I publish another video. I have many affiliate links in the description to these stores, so if you intend on buying anything musical, if you do so after clicking one of the affiliate links, I will get a small commission without any extra cost to you. Highly appreciate it. But what's the conclusion for Output's co-producer? What do you think? Can you see yourself using these generated loops and samples, maybe? Now, for me personally, I have to say that I'm not generally a sample or loop-based producer, but I think it's quite interesting that you now get these samples and loops based on the textual description that you entered, and that you can maybe then build into a full track or production. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to finish such a production, and I wonder whether these exact samples are actually usable in that full production, because the audio quality is not pristine and crystal clear, but they might give an initial idea for a full production, or maybe even just a part in that full production, that you can then replace by better or other samples, or even by playing them yourself. Now, what's the downside to this? Well, what's generated may not be unique for you, right? Because it's based on the arcade library. Maybe if you search in the arcade library, you can't find these exact loops, which may already be used in other productions as well. So I don't think there's any guarantee right now that you get unique loops which were generated just for you. Another thing, that this free beta program might be used to train their AI. Now, I have no problem with that myself, but maybe it's different for you if you're opposed to creating music this way. And the third downside may be that currently it's still free, but I'm sure it will not stay free if it really takes off and gets improved a lot. But hey, right now it's free. You can use it for what you want or not use it at all. It's up to you. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments. Is it somehow useful for you? Would you never use a tool like this? I'm very interested to know. Now, if you like these videos on AI-generated music, I recently also did a review of a product called Ripex DAW, which integrates with a couple of AI music generators and then allows you to work on the stereo file audio to improve it a lot. You can have a look at that over here. Check it out, enjoy, and see you soon.